I'd like to say, Coach, congrats on the big win last night over Hannibal LaGrange. It was awesome to watch.
Thanks. Appreciate it. It was a fun one.
Ask you a few questions here if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure.
So after one game, who is the one player or players are you looking to have a big key role in your season starting off?
Yeah, well, you got to, I think, see us play pretty well and pretty balanced offensively last night. And there were a couple guys who I'm sure had, uh, hopes of having even better performances. But Javon Monster had a big game last night. I thought he played great. And then a newcomer to our program, Carondis Harris Anderson, had a big game as well.
Mm-hmm.
His first game as a Wildcat. So those guys led us last night, but at different times during the game, we had different guys impact the game offensively. And yeah, I think you'll still see hopefully more opportunities for even other guys to make big impacts. But those two had really good opening nights.
It looked like, yeah, you guys have multiple leaders out there, and it's great to see that. And also another question is, what is the one matchup that you or your team is looking forward to later on in the year?
Yeah, I mean, pretty quickly we'll be through November, so there's I'm sure our guys have different opinions on that question, but we'll be into conference play pretty soon. We'll go through non-conference play for the most part during the month of November, and then you get after Thanksgiving, and we'll be into league play, and those games, the intensity even ratchets up a little bit more. So, I think we open at home in conference play with Evangel. That'll be a fun one. We'll return this game to HLG that we just played last night, and they're kind of our regional rival. It's always a fun game to play. It's several in between too, but hopefully you're playing with a lot on the line late in the year, and there'll be some fun matchups come January and February too.
Yeah, for sure. Another question is, besides basketball, what do you teach your guys on your team outside of basketball or just in general?
Yeah, I hope they take away a lot of different things from us. We've got some core values in our program, and we've had some really good success off the court too, with guys graduating and doing really well academically. We've got over a 3.1 GPA as a program for both our varsity and developmental teams, and even gone probably a layer further than we have in the past, as we've worked on some mindset and mental skills training this year too. So, I think we've got well-rounded young men in our program. I hope that they each are impacted by our program in different and unique ways. When they're done here and 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I hope that people would describe them as, successful men and husbands and fathers that hopefully some of the things that we talk about are their character traits even beyond. And, we recruit guys who I think are pretty quality individuals that already bring a lot of those things to the table, and hopefully we can just help develop and magnify their strengths while they're with us.
That's awesome. Also, what do you think you have proved upon from last season to this season? It's like players or what do you think you've improved on the most for sure?
Yeah, every year it's a new team. Even though we've got several returners, this is probably the year where we've had the most retention, as far as like guys who have played in a lot of games for us, that understand what we do, that understand the level of play, the intensity you got to play with, who we're playing against. So I think we're in a little bit of a unique situation. We got a lot of guys back. We're, over 10 guys who have played for us in real games before. And that matters. And hopefully we can capitalize on that. New team, Rob Fry has played here before. He did not play last year. Carondis, who we talked about earlier a little bit, he's new with us, but experienced. Cook Dow, he's going to have a big impact on our program. And we've got several other guys who are new to the program that maybe didn't play quite as much last year, but every year's a new team. We've got a little more size this year probably than we've had in past years. I think that our guards are very talented. So, I think those two things combined, you'll hopefully see a team that's hard to score on, and then that can impact the game offensively and score in multiple ways. Because I think if we're going to be as good as I think we can be, it'll be because we're balanced, and on any given night, hopefully have 3, 4, 5 guys in double digits, and it might be a different combination of guys on each night.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, last night was just a great overall team victory, and obviously multiple guys did score double digits, and see how you used your bench very effectively, and having different rotations was really cool to see, as most teams I've noticed that don't exactly do that. And yeah, for sure. So final question here for you. What effect does coaching have on your life, just in general?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, I grew up a coach's kid, so the reality of it is I spend as much time with our guys in our program as I do with my own family. But the fun part of it is our family gets to spend a lot of time with the guys too, and you get pretty close to them as almost an extension of your family unit. So, I've grown up in a gym and always been connected to the game. The game's been really good to me, both as a player and a coach, and just as a person growing up around the game. You get to meet people literally all around the world, and hopefully, in your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years together or so that you spend with somebody on your team, you impact each other in different ways and make each other better. So, kind of unique background for me is I never planned on being a coach necessarily. But my accounting degree and my MBA, we get to use that stuff all the time in running a basketball program. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and coaching, it's a unique lifestyle. It really is. The hours are different and pretty long, but it'd be hard to imagine doing something else where you get the same competitive element to it. That's as a profession, that's probably one of the biggest joys of it is not only impacting young men, but also getting to still be connected to a team and go compete against somebody else consistently. So that's a pretty fun aspect to it.
That's awesome. I mean, yeah, obviously family is a major thing, especially with basketball. You guys need to keep your guys close together. And that's awesome that you and your family are able to connect with your guys on your team too, have that close relationship. Coach, I think that's all I have for you today. I mean, thank you for, having taken time out of your day to come in, talk to me and answer some questions for me. I hope you best luck with your season. Hope your season goes amazing. I'll definitely be up in the booth. I'm broadcasting your games or in the stands watching. I'm looking forward to see how your season plays out.
Yeah, sounds good. We appreciate you guys covering us and working on game day too.
Awesome. Always, yes.